Hi guys, what's up? I am actually doing a custom content shopping video because after doing a criticism video for my new Let's Play, I realized that I do not have the same amount of CC that I have on my laptop that I do on this desktop, so I just kind of went on my laptop and sent myself some links from my favorite creators. So I have Slay Classy, which is Marzia Justice on Instagram. Sorry, I'm kind of like sick. Every single time I record, I'm sick. Don't know why. This always happens, but anyway. Graffiti CC, LA Simple, and Redhead Sims, which is like for baby stuff, but I also like their hairs. But I don't think I'll download their hairs, mainly because it's 6:37 and my Wi-Fi is terrible. But I will download this one because I actually wanted this one. So I'm just gonna look on this one's first because why not? Honestly, I don't know what to talk about. I guess I could talk about something that I told my bus driver I'd never say to anyone, but this happened in I'm gonna say October, and it's semi-cold outside. Like right now it's freezing cold because December and curse my birth month, but this happened in October. I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Oh my god. Not Thanksgiving, Halloween. And we were going to my school, and if you know anything about where I live, my school's like an hour away from me. So we got to the middle school and we dropped off like all the little kids, and like the elementary school we dropped off all like the little kids and middle schoolers because they're consolidated. So we're driving up to my high school, and she sees this person like walking around the side of the road. She just thought it was a student because this person was carrying a backpack, and she carried a and she's carrying like a backpack and stuff. So she's like, okay, she's a student. Must be the person that we usually pick up. That's near the stop area. So she picks them up, doesn't realize that they're an adult. And this person looked like, my cousin was telling me this person looked like she was like on drugs or something, and she was like sitting in the front. So the entire time a bus driver was telling me like, this is after, like she told us the story like after the high schoolers got on for the evening to take us home. She was like, I thought I was gonna get shot. Like I thought I was gonna have to like I thought I was gonna get killed. Like I thought the person who got on there was like an escaped convict. Like she automatically just went all to those like, oh my god, it's an escaped convict, we're gonna die. She used to be a cop in Georgia, but she works for Preston County right now. And I'm not telling you the state, but you can honestly just guess. I think I've mentioned this before anyway. But she's my bus driver. She's like my therapist. But anyway, back to the story. My cousin was telling me how she seemed very like sketchy too. Like this person had to be like in her 40s, which my bus driver didn't realize until she walked up the stairs. So on the way home when we were talking about it, I was like, I was ready to call 911. Like I was ready. I expected that person to like pull out a gun and like hold her, like try to kill my bus driver and like everyone on the bus. So I was like, I was definitely very much ready to call the cops, tell them the location. Like I had the location and everything popped up. My bus driver, like my cousin was texting me, he's like, who the hell is on our bus? And I was like, I don't know. She then asked me, did you see who? Like, did you see her get on the bus? I'm like, I saw her, but I don't know who the fuck it is. I am sorry for cussing, but honestly, this is how the story goes. And we were like, we're gonna die. Like, we had no trust in this person whatsoever. Like, it got to that point where we're like, if we're gonna die, at least we're dying all together. Like, all these people I'm on the bus with, like, I've known since 2nd grade, 3rd grade. Maybe even kindergarten. But everyone on the bus was, like, texting me, and we're like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, I have 911 ready. 911 ready, just in case this ever happens. So we get to Kingwood, and honestly, you can figure out where I live just from me telling you the city. I don't really care. We get to Kingwood, and this person's like, can you drop me off here? So we stop at this gas station, and we drop her off. So this is all happening that morning. And she just told me this in the evening. She expected my cousin and I to scream at her. Like, we were like, she expected to say, "What the hell, Robin?" She doesn't care if I say her name online. It doesn't matter. But we were like, she expected us like to scream, "What the hell?" And we didn't scream at her. We were too terrified to. Ah, no. But, we were like, "We're gonna die." And I told her I was ready to call 911. I was like, I think I've repeated that several times, but anyway. Like, I was ready to call someone. God, I have a lot of CC on here. I'm just gonna link this SimsDom page on there because honestly, I'm not gonna link every individual piece of CC I have on here. But we were like, so this stays on the bus. This definitely goes around with the ceiling. What stays on the bus? What happens on the bus stays on the bus. And here I am talking about it. Because, you know, I love my bus driver, and she's gonna fucking kill me when she hears that I talked about this. I just know it. She's gonna murder me. And it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry, I needed something to talk about." Like, I'll just be like that person crying. Oh, man. I have another story, too. This happened also in October. I think this happened, no, this happened in November. A bathroom in my school caught on fire. Like, legitimately caught on fire. Like, we were, like, the first time the fire thing went off, we were in third period, which is my ukulele class, and it was, like, towards the end, so we thought it was weird for them to have a fire drill towards the end, but they said they were testing them at the beginning. So we all go outside, and we wait for, like, 5 minutes, and then they let us back in. We get to fourth period, 1 minute into it, the thing goes off again. My teacher's like, "It's just a drill, it's fine. They're just testing them. So it goes off for a second. And my friends were in forensics, and they were in my forensics class. They were doing like a scavenger hunt, like that's what they were doing. So the second time it went off, I hear kids from the forensics class like running down the hall screaming, "There's a fire! We got to get out of here!" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Luckily that day it was warm. It wasn't cold, but it was like warm. So we all, like where I was, we had to sit by our football stadium, and I hated it. Utterly hated it, but we all just sat outside. I think we were out there for 20 minutes. And they didn't tell us anything. Half the people didn't know there was a fire. So I texted my bus driver. She was actually at the hospital that's right beside our high school. I was like, "There's a fire at the high school right now." And she's like, "What the heck? Get out." I'm like, "Yeah, we're outside. Freezing our asses off, but we're outside." And she's like, "Oh my god." I was like, "Yeah, there's a fire. We're gonna die." And I was being overly dramatic about it. My bus driver was the first one I texted. I didn't even text my mom. I didn't text her until like 10 minutes after. So they tell us all to go to the gym, and then some of us had to go up in the CT building, which is like the career technical education place. So we all go up there, and we were like, okay. We all sit in the gym, and they announced that they're going to let us go home early, but we had to sit there for another hour for the buses to come. This was like around 11 o'clock, which is like around like one of the lunch times. I'm going to say it was around our first lunch, which starts at 10:50. Yeah, it was our first lunch. So we were all like sitting in there, and everyone was like, "What about the people who didn't get to eat?" I was like, "Well," it's like, "We're going to get to that." So they all just like, they dismissed us by grades to get our lunch. It was first seniors, then juniors. So we all just got our lunch. I didn't get the lunch because I don't eat school food. I think it tastes terrible, at least where I'm at. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but I open what? There we go. Yeah, that's what I was doing. But so we were all like sitting in the gym, waiting for the bus, and we couldn't get our stuff either. Like, we all left our stuff in the classrooms, and they would not let us go back and get them. So then my friend was like, "I'm going to go ask the teacher if she can escort us to get our stuff, and I'll grab yours and like 2 other people's." So I was like, "Okay, go for it." So the teacher did let us, because I feel like she probably knew that we were freaking out. So she let my friend go get our stuff, and she brought it back. And then like 5 minutes after she did that, they announced that you can get your stuff after the buses get here. Like, We will let you go get it once the buses get here, and the buses for us to get there by like 12:30. I thought it was fun. At that time, my brother actually texted me. He was like, "Is there a fire at the high school?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." They must have heard about it from at the middle school. I'm not going to say the name, but at the middle school / elementary school. And I thought it was funny. It's like, oh, so they heard about it there? That's great. Very great. But so we were all like waiting for the buses. So our bus gets there. And it's not like the normal buses we ride in the evenings. Like I ride bus 9 in the evening to get from like the high school to the old middle school that I used to go to. But instead of bus 9, it was actually my actual bus. And I was like, my bus driver's not driving. We have a sub. So my cousin and I and like 3 other people who usually ride our bus were like, are we supposed to get on that bus? So we walked there and we asked the bus driver, like, do you take us to the middle school? And he's like, which middle school? I'm like, the one in Masontown. And they're like, yes, I do. So we all get on and we're like, since this is our bus, we'll just go sit in the back. We sat in our assigned seats. We only have them because of the elementary schoolers like sitting back there, so they're really fake. We sit anywhere. But we end up you sit back there and like I'm gonna say 15 kids get on. I'm like, this bus is really empty because we usually have like 30 to 40. We both were like, this bus is something empty. So we get halfway down the road and we get a call back saying, you gotta come back and pick up these students. They missed the bus. Half the people who ride this bus regularly missed the bus after we said, hey, get on the bus. And then there's a few others. Originally, he was like, I have to bring all of you guys home, starting with the kids who live in Reedsville. So we're like, oh, crap. But then he goes right past Reedsville and straight to the middle school, and we're like, what happened to you taking us all home? There's 2 buses down there waiting for him. It was like bus something and bus something else. I don't remember the numbers. I don't pay attention. They change like every week. But they take us down there, and those kids get off, and we move up to the front, and he's like, I'm going to take your guys' route first, and then I'm going to take the other route that's on the bus. So my route went first. I got home at like 2 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, like 1:30. But that way it was eventful as well. I was like, why are you doing this? These are really cute. I like these. I was actually going to download these the last time, but they were only for Patreon people. So I'm glad that I got them. Anyway, I'm just going to look at this now. Have my own input on these. I do like her hairs, but some of them look very, very big on my Sims. And I'm like, ah. But I do love her hairs. I do love her clothing, too. I'm not downloading that much, though, because I have a lot of it in my game anyway. Or some of it's not like my style. But on my laptop, I have every single piece of CC she has. Like, I one day just went through and I downloaded all of it. Like, that's what I do when I'm in a CC mood. I find a website I like, and I go on the website, download every single thing they have. I don't know other stories I have. I don't have that much, so I guess we'll just have to, like, listen to my silence. Or my cat meowing to let it out of the room. I want this hoodie. I had this hoodie, then I lost it. So that my school year in, like, November and October are very, very eventful. Luckily, though. And then Wednesday of last week, they canceled school. Because of President George H.W. Bush, because he died, and they want to do, like, a respectful thing. So, like, the entire state of... Well, my entire state shut down everything, including the schools and stores. Like, it was, like, the entire, like, state holiday for the year. And then that Wednesday before, we had a snow day. Because, snow hates us. And then, like, the last week before Thanksgiving break, we had a snow day on that Thursday and Friday. We were originally only going to have, like, the entire week, so we got 2 extra days, which was nice. Oh, I guess I can talk about how there's buses on my road during the snow that got, like, buses on the routes. They got stuck. One of them got stuck up on a mountain in this one area for, like, 4 hours. And they didn't get to my school until, like, I want to say, like, 10 or 11, like that was like my 4th period. It was like all in that one area of the school, like county. It wasn't even like a separate area. It was like all in one area. And I was like, oh my god. I only put these in separate tabs because I don't feel like confusing them all with like different creators. And honestly, I think I downloaded like a shit ton of LA Simple stuff. But my day was very eventful when it came to that. Like, honestly, I had a great day. Like, when it came to that fire, we were embracing it. We were out there playing instruments, you know, acting like we were the band. I thought it was funny. The band students walking around like, stop playing, we're playing. Like, no, we're playing. My ukulele class started playing Octopus's Garden by the Beatles, and I thought it was freaking hilarious. Like, the teacher just started looking at us like, what are you doing? And, like, my Spanish teacher walks over to me and she's like, what are you doing? My Spanish teacher was like, judged me. Like, she just stared at me for like 10 minutes straight, like, what the heck are you doing? I was like, I'm playing a ukulele. What do you think I'm doing? And I get really snappy with her. And she's like, you're lucky I like you, or I would have wrote you up for that.